Hey everyone, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at, well, everything that's been released so far. This is kind of my overview video of what we've seen so far in what I would classify as the first wave of solo action figures from Hasbro of the Fortnite property. So I've got it all out here. I've got the four figures, I got the shark, and I've got the arcade machine. So bear with me, come along on this journey as we kind of look over everything that's been released and see, is it good? Does it work well? Are these awesome? Are these better than Jazzwares? We're not going to go there today. In the next video, we will discuss Jazzwares figures and Hasbro figures. But today I just want to concentrate on the Hasbro figures. So this is going to be like a discussion between us. I'm going to show you some stuff, and then in the comments below, throw out your thoughts and ideas as well. If you've got these figures, if you got any of these items, please share. And if you don't, just give me your initial thoughts or your general overall view on these figures. If you don't have any of these, I will leave a link to purchase each of these on Amazon in the pinned comment below. So without further ado, let's just jump into and start looking at some of this stuff. So I'll begin with the easy one, and that is the upgrade shark over here. I think most of us can say, without a doubt, this is probably one of the most awesome things that Hasbro put out. It's really cool with its mouth that opens up, it separates, you can store all this stuff inside of it. Comes with a fishing rod that will attach here so you can drag your figures back and forth and around and all over the place. It's a really cool thing. It's just very awesome, and I don't know that we need to go in much more beyond that to say it's really awesome. The figures, I actually had one person curious, will any of the figures fit in? I will grab Lynx, she's the smallest of them. We'll tuck her in here. And yeah, you could put Lynx inside of here. You open that up, you can see her head kind of, just like her head is right here at the teeth. So you're not going to get Ripley or Midas or Chaos Agent, any of them in here. You're going to need to have a true slender 6-inch action figure to fit in there. We're going to knock stuff around while we're at it. But this is a great little piece to store stuff in for your scenes, for your photography. There's a lot to like about that shark, and I think it's pretty awesome. So now we're going to move on to the accessories that came in the shark. I'm going to set the shark off to the side to get him out of our way. And so to begin with, I'll pull Lynx up here to get my camera to focus in on her. So several questions I've heard. Do these water skis fit everybody? And I can tell you absolutely yes, they do. You can peg on every single one of these Hasbro figures, and they actually work really good. It's really kind of funny. Lynx has very slender feet. You can see right there. They hardly fill in that foot area at all, but as long as the pegs hold tight, then yeah. Then she can scoot around and so forth. Set her, throw her around, but we'll set her back here. We'll grab Ripley. He'll be the next contestant on Do the Water Skis Fit? And so, yep. Actually, you know what? They just fit. He didn't actually peg into these at all. I got them pegged earlier. Why can't I peg them now? Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Yep, that's the correct side. Oh, that's funny. I got them pegged in perfectly. There we go. Perfectly earlier. On camera, they don't want to cooperate. But you have to trust me. Well, I got one on, but wow. Apparently I tried the correct... There we go. Okay, so yeah. They're on Ripley's feet. Work pretty good. You can kind of see how much space there is between the feet and the feet holes, the wells. But yeah. Yep. He works pretty good with those. Pop him off. Shoot, I don't even... There we go. We can get him off. Gonna say maybe he's gonna be as difficult to put on or take out as he is put on. Chaos Agent will be the next water ski victim. I mean, success story. I'll just say if Ripley has the largest feet of all four, so if Ripley can fit in them, the rest of them can. So, yep, Chaos Agent works really well with him. You can see kind of how much space is there between his feet and the feet areas. And finally, Midas, the king of gold himself. As long as he doesn't turn these to gold, that might be kind of cool though. Midas fits on the water skis very well. And then you can kind of see how much space between. So there's a lot of space. All these figures, I'm sure, are designed, or will be designed, maybe at least in the foreseeable future, to fit the water skis. So water skis are A-OK for all the action figures. What about this shrimpy back bling? Well, I'll get to that actually in just a minute. Before I get any further into the shark accessories, the upgrade shark accessories, let's jump over to this arcade. So in my video, I wrongly said this was the purple arcade. This is actually, in fact, an orange arcade. That's really kind of funny because Amazon sent me the wrong one. I ordered the purple arcade, didn't really pay attention to that small of detail that it was a different color, and realized after the fact that I actually had an orange arcade. Now I got to figure out how to get a purple arcade. So, you know, small little problems like that. So this is an orange arcade. Well, if you notice, none of their accessories are out there, and I wanted to point out that this arcade can hold not only its accessories, but all 4 figures worth of accessories inside of here. That's what I want to show you next. Is we'll open that up and you can see, let's scoot these things off to the side. I'll dump this all out. If you plan it out just right, that can hold a pile of accessories right there. And why did I skip straight to these accessories instead of finishing with the shark? Well, because we're going to look at back bling next. And the rest of the back bling were all hidden in here. So we got this back bling, we got that one, we got that one, and the rest is just a pile of stuff. But yeah, this is really pretty cool. It can hold, if you don't have a place to store extra accessories, the arcade is going to work really well for you. So then we got that back bling. So we have a total of 5 back bling here. The shrimpy one came with the upgrade shark. So can it fit? Because I've noticed something. I've noticed something really kind of interesting, actually. And that is, this doesn't fit on all the figures. So if I go to push this in here, mine does not fit. This peg is too big for the hole on Midas. It doesn't fit. I'll set him off to the side. We'll pull out Lynx. And I gotta say, this is the one I noticed it with, the same thing. If I go to plug this in, peg is too big. Lynx's back bling hole is too small. It doesn't fit on her. Get to Ripley, got this big slurp boy here, then it will go on. Well, at least it did. There we go. It does fit on Ripley. And one thing I'm noticing is, we can get this zoomed in on, you can kind of see there is, it's kind of damaging that peg a little bit there. Let's get this to focus in. Yeah, I can do it. There we go. Something like that. I'm working with a different lens today, but there's a little bit of damage there. And so what it's doing is it's kind of pushing the end of the peg in to try to compensate for fitting into a hole that it's not really able to fit into. Let's try to stay in focus here. So back to Chaos Agent. Well, besides making him fall over, it doesn't fit. So the shrimpy back bling from the upgrade shark, at least my version, doesn't fit any of these figures. We'll keep trying this on future figures, so you're going to see this show up in future action figure reviews because I'm going to try this in every single figure now. So we'll set this off to the side as pretty much a useless accessory unless you want to put it on Ripley. All right, so let's try Midas's cape. During the Midas review, when I put it on, I noticed that it's really loose. It's really loose, so it fits on him, but we know how the game works, and we like to interchange things between characters. So Midas's cape fits on Lynx really well. So, by the way, we're going to discuss the standing issue. Some of these figures have problems standing. The cape fits on Ripley. Kind of. It just fell off. What does that mean? It means it's loose. So Ripley has a larger hole than this back bling has a peg. So it can fall right off. You can put it on there, and if you just keep him in a standing position, then it's not going to fall off easily, probably. Chaos Agent is kind of odd. He's got these hoses that wrap from his head to his back, which is going to instantly make all back bling stick out just a little ways from his back. But he can wear the Midas cape as well. Or is this the Midas crest? I think it's the Midas crest is the official name. So this works for 3 out of 4 figures quite well. Next, let's get to, oh, I forgot this one. This is the one that came with Lynx. It's like stitches. Fits on Midas very well. And of course will fit on Lynx. Actually really pretty good. There's no wiggling, unlike the Midas crest cape. No wiggle on her. Stand forward, girl. There we go. Wow. Gonna throw the back blingy around. And it actually fits really good on Ripley. So pretty good interchangeable with this one. And finally, Chaos Agent is a little bit more difficult because, as I pointed out, he's got these hoses. This is a shorter peg. There we go. It's a shorter peg on this back bling. So to put it in there, it's like right barely on the edge, and it's going to fall out really pretty easy. You'd have to trim the hoses or something. So generally speaking, that back bling works really well. All right, what about the one that came with Ripley? Was this containment? This has got a very long peg, really designed for him, you can tell. So we stick this in Midas's back, and, well, scoot these figures so you can have a little bit better view there. It sticks out quite a ways because that peg, if you want this one to fit on another figure, you're going to have to clip that peg because it's a long peg. And stand, Midas, stand. Okay, don't stand. So probably see the same on Lynx. Yeah, sticks out about that far. But it does fit. And Ripley, where it looks really good, because he's got these straps that stick out just a little ways, and the way it goes in kind of down like that, it just sticks down in the figure, and there's probably a deeper hole in Ripley. And finally, Chaos Agent. This should actually work, I would think, pretty good with the length. Wow, that's pretty rubbery and bendy. So let's make sure that's lined up. So it sticks out about that far on Chaos Agent. So this back bling will fit pretty well on all of them. It just sticks out a little ways. Finally, Chaos Agent's back bling. Is that as far as it goes in? That's about as far as it goes in. It doesn't look too bad on Midas. And he's standing. I should keep it on him. Let's see if we can get Midas to stand properly again. Kind of, sorta. We got Lynx. And it will fit on Lynx really pretty good. And finally, Ripley. That works really well. Like I said, I think his hole is a little bit bigger than the other figures, so it accommodates back bling quite a bit better, whereas the others probably don't. I don't know if that's if that was intentional or if somehow that was an accident. And of course, it fits on him 100% well. So there you go. These 4 back blings work pretty good. The Shrimpy, well, sucks. So we'll scoot the back bling off to the side. What should we talk about next? I'll set these water skis off to the side. I don't think there's any discussion about do these weapons or do these harvesting tools fit in the hands of these action figures. You've seen the videos in the past. They all fit really well. So I'm not going to show you the guns or the harvesting tools. I'll set these down here off to the side, get them out of the way. Same with the Boogie Bomb and the Clinger. They all fit really well in the hands because they have really good hands. All right, so let's reset here just a moment. So looking at these figures and their articulation, it seems like each figure has a little bit different. There is no real standard overall articulation for the figures. Ripley has the ab crunch. I'm pretty sure Chaos Agent has an ab crunch hidden under this coat, but the coat is so tight, it's very form-fitting, and there's no way to take it off, that it doesn't really matter if there's an ab crunch under this figure. You couldn't crunch his abs anyway. Midas over here, typically when Hasbro does ab crunches for the male figures, they all have them. Midas here doesn't. His articulation is more like Jazzwares, where he's got this upper torso, ball joint, and then the twisty waist down there. And it's really different than these two. Lynx, on the other hand, has something really cool, and I kind of want to see them do some more with this again in the future. I'm going to bump my brightness up because my camera is showing that it's kind of dark. And what it is, I'll pull off this hand here. Give me a second. I've done it once before. There you go. So what they've done with Lynx is they've put the hinge on the wrist. So it can go up and go down, which leaves the hand itself to fit on this peg and rotate. So it doesn't matter which direction the hand is, it can always hinge kind of up and down. So I almost think that gives a broader range for rotation and hinging on the hand. Let's pop this thing back on. So I kind of like that. That's kind of interesting to me. I haven't seen that on a figure. Now, all you people who are out there collecting all sorts of action figure lines, they probably have seen that before. Put it back down. So, but it's new to me. The rest of the figures have the wrist peg into the arm, and the hinge is on the hand itself. He's very difficult to keep standing. These three males have the hinge on the hand itself, which is interesting. Now, of all of these, Ripley has the most obnoxious hands. These are tight like crazy. Get his head back on. To bend these things out, I feel like I'm going to break them. And I'm wondering if the reason for that is that the hand for Ripley is made out of a translucent plastic like we see, and the black was painted over, and so that translucent plastic is a stiffer, a harder to bend plastic, and maybe over the course of time, the longer you own this figure, if these fingers are going to be more brittle, meaning, say in 5, 10, whatever years, it's going to be much harder to put a gun that's got a trigger in his hand. A harvesting tool that can just slide straight in should be fine, provided it's this one. If you have a harvesting tool, say like Midas's sword, that's got all this extra bulky stuff where you can't just slide it straight through without scraping a lot of paint, I'm wondering if these are going to be fingers to watch in the future for brittleness. The other figures have really great fingers. They yeah, there we go. So you can like just pry them open. I don't know how well you can see that. They're pretty bendy, pretty pryable, and they're very nice. You can just kind of pry a finger, tuck something in, and it works. All of these do. Midas is probably in between Ripley and these two. Little bit tougher, but you can still get the accessory in his hand. So now let's talk about the accessories included. Every figure has 3 accessories that come with them. A harvesting tool, a weapon, and a back bling. Except that a couple of them, I'll just set their accessories here real quick because I can. Let's just do that here real quick. Shouldn't take too long. I don't remember which guns came with which ones, so let's, I think it was this one there and this one there. I probably flipped these two around because, and I'll lower my camera a little bit. We don't necessarily need to see them, but anyway. So a gun or a weapon, a back bling, and a harvesting tool. There's a couple anomalies, and that is Midas and Ripley. So on the exterior of the box, it says 3 accessories, or it shows 3 accessories. Dun, dun, dun. Well, Ripley has a secret hidden accessory, and that is his helmet, his containment helmet here that goes well over his head, or his slurp ball of a head, whatever. Midas comes with a couple revolvers. And I've seen a few people discuss various videos online or people in the comments talking about, wow, you got these secret accessories. Well, I don't know. I've admitted in the past, I don't know how toys are made or how the industry works. Actually, he came with a head, not a back bling. Or not a weapon. I don't know exactly how everything works, but what this looks like is that Hasbro has allotted 3 official accessories for the figures, which is a harvesting tool, back bling, and weapon. And that maybe if there's an add-on to the figure, that like the revolvers and this helmet are not considered accessories, but they are considered part of the figure unit. I'm just talking. Please, I would love for someone to be able to confirm or deny what I'm saying. But it seems like these revolvers for Midas would be part of this figure and not classified as accessories. This containment helmet for Ripley would be classified as part of the figure and not accessories. And thus, they wouldn't put on the box that these are accessories included because they're part of the figure. And notice in the box, the helmet came on Ripley and the guns came on Midas. They were on the figure, not wrapped separately. So I'm wondering if there's a connection of how that works. And in the future, that's what we're going to be seeing with figures is 3 official accessories. And if they can sneak something in, they might do that, which I think would be pretty cool if they did. Because one of the big things about Jazzwares, and I'll talk more about this later, was there was knives, there were guns built onto the skin that I was thinking, wouldn't that be really cool if those were removable and usable? I mean, so much potential there. But I'll get into that later. So I'm curious if Hasbro will be doing that, because Chaos Agent, there's really nothing on him that they could have added to his figure. Lynx, there's really nothing on here they could have added. Ripley, except for his helmet, which I think is a brilliant, we should talk about that for a minute. This is a whole brilliant design. I love how they did his head, because they could have just cut it off, plopped some sort of translucent helmet head there, and we rotate it sideways. Oh, no. We get a removable head, and his slurp head is on a ball joint that we can rotate. We can have him look left and right and up and down. And how amazingly cool is that? Adjust his head to where you want him to look, pop this thing back on, and it's going to settle up into that little open area. And all of a sudden you can make Ripley look around and do things. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like it a lot. It makes him... Okay, so let's move into another section, and that's visual appeal. I think of all 4 of these figures, Ripley has an amazing amount of visual appeal with this translucent blue. I like blue. That's one of my favorite colors anyway. But the translucent, the colors, I just think are pretty amazing. They're visually appealing. We get over here to Midas. I think he is secondary for visual appeal. And then, unfortunately, these 2 are probably tied with Lynx probably be number 3 and Chaos Agent being number 4. Not really trying to let the fact I don't like this character cloud my judgment. It's just he's in a black suit, red tie. I think for customizers, this could be a potentially really awesome base. Get that head off, get the hoses off, swap out hands. I think it could be a really cool customizing base. But yeah, I think visual appeal, Ripley, Midas, Lynx, and Chaos Agent. I really do like Midas. I actually like this head better than his actual head. I just think this looks freaking awesome with this gold armor and this when you put a mask like that on, you could make him anybody. He doesn't have to be Midas. He can just be like some golden demon warrior or something. I don't know. It's just, he looks badass. And then put the cape on, give him the sword. I need another one. I need 2 of these. So I got to get a second one of those. But yeah, this is a really cool set. Overall, my thoughts are that Hasbro has really knocked it out of the park. It looks like they're because of the variety, we have different heights. None of them are the same height, so they're not sticking to a specific height. The fact that some of the figures have accessories built onto the figure themselves, the fact that they have different articulation per figure makes it look like they are really looking at the figure and deciding how best to make this figure move. Because they could have just put ab crunch on this Midas, but he's kind of narrow, slender there in that waist. It might not have worked. I don't know. We can't see Chaos Agent. But they decided that this apparently works better. So they're looking at it figure by figure. I would love to have consistency where they all are the same, or they all have the same bits and pieces or the same movements. But actually, this design here makes this figure blend in with the Jazzwares figures so much better. And it may be that overall, I'll just say Midas is my favorite of all four of these. This is the one, if I knew what I knew now, he would have been the first one I bought, because there's everything about him I like. So that's my big thing, is I like Midas is the best. He's got the best butterflies even for, bringing in those arms. The rest of them have butterfly joints, but they don't really do anything. They're just kind of like there. You see them in the shoulders, like, okay, what I do with these things? I don't know. I don't know if there's really much more to talk about. I could go on for hours, I suppose, but I wanted to try to give a very thorough overview of all four of these figures. The upgrade shark, kind of peek him in there, and the arcade to show that the arcade can, in fact, hold all of the accessories. And yeah, I just wanted to give a good overview, even though I've done a video on each of these figures. So I can't think of anything more to add to this video today. If you've got questions, comments, whichever, please drop them in the comment section below, and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And if you found this information helpful, please share this video everywhere you can, because it helps the channel to grow and gets this information out there. Anyway, I think that's completely and totally it for you today. I will see you in the next video.